Greetings and salutations in service to the one I am, Amber Dawn Star, practical mystic, energetic activist, and for over 34 years, master breathologist. Welcome back to my community. Thanks for coming back today. Yesterday was a bit of a bust. Internet problems, video problems, appointments, having to leave, having to come back, seeing it wasn't right, doing it again, And then finally, last night when the internet was working and the video was working, I was pooped. So I didn't do very much yesterday. Obviously, it was only a couple of minutes long. But it's there. So, hey, I'm still doing what I said I was going to do, which is pretty much the whole idea of this, I think. I'm not really getting any kind of feedback from anybody. There are people watching, but I'm just not getting any feedback. So I'm just going to let that be what it is. I've been given the information from Spirit to do this from the Sag new moon to the Capricorn new moon, which is what I'm going to do. And even if they're 2 minutes long, I'm still going to do it. So, and then we'll see. We'll see what Spirit wants next. Not sure. But starting to feel a little more comfortable with this. Starting to feel less resistant and more open and more willing to just show up and do this. And so that, I think, is the topic today, is just to keep showing up and doing what your still small voice is asking. Or sometimes it can be a very loud. Spirit isn't always that still small voice, I'll tell you. Sometimes it's loud. That's usually when if you don't follow it, you're probably going to be in for some shite. So at this point in the game, I follow it because I've already been through the shite several times, especially recently. So, no, okay, this is what you want. This is what I'm going to do. Just let go of the outcome. So, I know you want to see the fruits of your labor. It takes a little time sometimes. It takes a little time to get that fruit off the tree, right? Gotta plant the seed first. So wherever you are in your life that you're planting seeds, be patient with yourself. Be patient with what that still small voice is asking of you. And keep breathing and keep letting go of all the stuff that doesn't work anymore. And there is so much stuff that doesn't work anymore. I did a video the other day about the ascension symptoms. And that one got the most of all the videos I've ever done. I believe people are really curious about this, about what's going on, about what to expect, about what's happening right now within their bodies, their minds, their emotions. I mean, it's intense. It's just intense. So, and we were told that it was going to be intense, and they didn't lie to us. It is. So the only thing that I know to do is to breathe, to meditate, to ground myself on the earth, to take Himalayan crystal salt baths, to get a massage or acupuncture or chiropractic, anything that helps you feel better, that isn't an addiction. Because those make you feel better for a minute or two or 10, but eventually they don't. So Ram Dass, who was very popular in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, actually, who I saw in person once, was awesome after he had his stroke. And basically, in his book, Be Here Now, was very much into the whole LSD craze with Timothy Leary. He and him were professors at Harvard, and so they decided to do some experimentation with this new chemical called LSD, which was new then, and basically blew off the doors of their perceptions of their lives and changed their lives forever, which it, tends to do. But the story was after he did that and did all that with Timothy Leary, he went to India and he met his guru there. At the time, he didn't know it was going to be his guru, but he met the guru, and the guru was, he was telling him about, Ram Dass was telling him about his life and what he did, and that he took this wonderful drug called LSD, and it really opened up his third eye, right? His perception. So the guru said, well, let's see that. And so I guess he had a vial of liquid LSD, 25, like the best ever. And so he shows it to him, and the guru, wants to see it in his hand, and he hands it to him, and the guru opens the bottle and downs it. Now, there were probably a couple hundred hits in that vial of liquid LSD 25. And of course, Ram Dass was just freaking out because, oh my God, what are you doing? You're gonna die. And so, Guru's waiting, keeps waiting, keeps waiting, and says after, an hour, he said, when does this supposedly start? And Ram Dass is just blown out of the water, of course, and it never affected the guru because he was already there. So, at some point, you don't have to go take any drugs outside of yourself. You just have to tap in to the God and the magic within you, and you'll be as high as a kite. You'll be as high as a kite and not have to do anything but keep breathing and keep your awareness and keep your connection. So, that's where are we? Okay, well, all right, well, we could maybe do a little more. So the idea is to keep that. The idea is to just keep going within. There's a lot of practitioners now. There's a lot of great ones out there that will help you in your journey. Certainly have helped me in my journey and still continue to do, especially this last go-around that I needed to go through, I guess. Very helpful out there to tune in to these people and let them guide you, let them help you. And also, when you can quiet yourself long enough, you can hear your still small voice, which is your soul. That's your soul talking to you and saying, okay, what you doing now? Are you fulfilling your contracts? And you go, well, I did that one, but, this one's a little iffy. Well, those, the idea is to fulfill them. And believe you me, if you're going down the road that isn't going to fulfill them, the universe steps in. And in my experience, after being asked nicely quite a while, if you don't do it, then the universe will come in and slam dunk you. Oof, and I have been slam dunked many times. That's why now I just listen and do what I'm asked, because I don't want to be slam dunked anymore. I don't think I could handle that anymore, actually. I don't think my body could or my mind. This last go round that wasn't my physical body was enough that it almost took me out. So, it doesn't have to be that. However, it's time now for all of us that came, the light workers, the star seeds, and you know who you are. If any of you are that listening to this, then you know. It's time. It's time to let it go. It's time to let go of things that don't work for you. It's time to embrace the things that do, that give you joy, that bring you joy. Oh, joy? What? Joy? What's that? Well, that is where we're heading. The fifth dimension is joy and love and light and everything that you think is awesome. That's the fifth dimension. So you can see why, people like me, souls like me, want to get there and want to do whatever it is I need to do to clean this dimension up, my karma here, so I can ascend, so I can move forward, which is the whole idea of souls, right? I mean, the next 5 and 6, I believe, 4, 5, and 6 are still body. You can still be in a body. I think above that, though, you don't even have to have a body anymore. Whoa! Oh my goodness, there's so much going on, isn't there? Holy crap. There's so much going on. And we just know, like, that much of it. So you just need to keep putting it all in perspective. You keep coming back to your alignment. Keep coming back to your breath. Keep coming back to what works for you. And just keep doing that. Just keep doing it. That's all. That's all you're being asked right now, is to do what works. And if you don't know what works, well, what brings you joy? That works. And that could be the simplest things. It doesn't have to be anything major. It can be the simplest things. Taking joy in the pleasure of the simplest things. So do that. And anything that makes you like, that's the part that you need to look at and let go of. That's usually based in fear. No matter what the title you give it, if you keep digging deep enough, it's going to be fear. Because basically, our feelings are love and fear. That's the headline. And then anything below that headline, those headers, are love or fear. And you always know which one you're in. Because the love one is like the joy and the light and the fun and compassion and forgiveness and perspective and your connection to source and your soul and what makes you what makes you you. And then of course the fear is all the other shite, which the third dimension is just full of. However, we still need to get through all that to keep going. So find out what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. Do that. Sometimes writing it down helps. As I said in the other video, I did one and, wrote down on one side everything that I wanted to bring in, and on the other side, everything I wanted to let go of, and then burned it. So do a ceremony. Do something that sparks you, and follow through with it. And just keep going. I mean, that's the whole idea right now. We can't give up. We're so close. Oh my goodness, the third dimension is closer than it's ever been as far as ascending. The earth ascending. She's ready. Oh my gosh, she is ready. And she's going to go with or without us. And, most of us aren't going to go this time. And a lot of us are. Yay, me. And hopefully you. So, keep that in mind. Keep your alignment going. And, subscribe and share and like and leave a comment. Dang. Come on. You do your part. I'm doing mine. You do yours. Jeez. Yes. No. Go to hell. Love it. Hate it. What the flip-flop are you doing, lady? Whatever. And then if you don't, that's okay too, because I'm just doing what I've been asked. So That's what I'm doing. So, Om Namah Shivaya. In Lakach. Namaste. El Kalimo. Have a great rest of your day. And hopefully, God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye for now.